Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Logan McSilent here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. This is actually going to be the first video on the McSilentVGC channel. Appreciate you guys checking me out. Alright, so as you guys can see here, this is made by Krebs VGC. Obviously this is a team that they made for competing in tournaments. They said that they went 6-1, undefeated. Actually, wow, undefeated. So we'll switch back to the Switch here, but just wanted to give credit where credit's due. This is their team. Basically, the entire point of this team is running Trick Room Oranguru with Hariyama to get it off, and then having Torkoal plus King Gambit for like attackers in the back that will basically just take advantage of the Trick Room. And one cool variation that this team has actually is Scovillain being able to, even if Trick Room's unable to be gotten off, you can actually just send in Torkoal plus Scovillain and get the chlorophyll boost and then go ham, because Scovillain will pretty much outspeed everything on the field, and it can even just Rage Powder eat hits for Torkoal to get off Terrifier, Drought boosted, Charcoal boosted Eruptions, which just pretty much nukes everything in the game. This is actually, I mean, you can even beat Dondozo teams, stuff like that with this team. So we'll go through every Pokemon individually. First Pokemon you're going to see in the top left is Hariyama. This is Guts plus Flame Orb. Obviously you get, I think it's a 1.5 times boost to your attack with the Guts ability, plus being status. So this is a really good thing to do. Obviously you get the priority fake out turn 1 to get a guaranteed flinch. If you hit it, you'll get countered by the other team's ghost types or Pokemon that can't be flinched, but sometimes you'll get games where they don't have either of those things on their team, and you can just get a guaranteed Trick Room, because Oranguru can pretty much live one hit from whatever. Also, you have the Wide Guard. This is really beneficial against things like Expanding Force Armarouge and Make It Rain Goldengo. Also Terror Dark plus Knockoff I've been using a lot recently, because it can just one-shot opposing Trick Room setters, even Pokemon that won't do it. It can do a good amount of damage to Gallade. It can do a good amount of damage to other Annihilapes, and you can take advantage of them trying to Rage Fist or do whatever. So obviously Stab Close Combat, it just nukes, especially if you get Trick Room up with the Oranguru, and then you can instruct Close Combat. You can take out both Pokemon on the opponent's side in one turn, which is really dope. So Oranguru, obviously pretty much the most important Pokemon on this team. It's got Foul Play, Instruct, Yawn, and Trick Room with the Mental Herb, so it can't be taunted. For example, if Murkrow were to lead, they would taunt, the Mental Herb would proc, and then you would be basically getting a free Trick Room off. Foul Play comes in handy, obviously, against physical attackers, and just so that you don't sit on the field and don't do anything. Yawn, I don't really use all that often. I'm sure it comes in handy, but Oranguru, I'm usually just instructing more than I am yawning. I think the instruct plus whatever move you can do. Obviously, if you fight something bulky, like maybe a Dondozo, it's beneficial, but I just think instruct is so much better. If I were to adjust this team, I would switch Yawn out for Protect, probably. I think Protect on this comp would be insane, but I'm sure Yawn obviously has its parts where it could be beneficial. Torkoal is just your prototypical sweeper off the back. Drought with the Charcoal to boost its fire type moves. Sorry about that. And then it's got Heat Wave plus Earth Power in case it gets some chip damage off, for example, if you have to switch it in, or something, or you don't have Trick Room up. So those are two valuable options. And then it's got Protect, just to kind of play some mind games with the opponents. But that's just that's your typical Torkoal set. King Gambit's here as well. It's got Protect, Kowtow, Cleave, Iron Head, and Sucker Punch with the Dark Terror type. Also, I didn't mention Oranguru's Terror type, but Oranguru is Terror Grass. And I think that this is just for like Goldengos, to Make It Rain stuff, and then just some other stuff, just giving you an extra resistance to certain moves. King Gambit plays really well into the Trick Room setting of this team. Black Glass is obviously to boost Stark type moves. You get Sucker Punch up if something is the same speed tier of you with the Trick Room. Sorry, if you get Trick Room up and something is the same priority tier as your Sucker Punch, you should outspeed because you're slower. So for example, if the other person's trying to use Quick Attack and you're trying to use Sucker Punch, if your speed is lower in the Trick Room, you'll go first and you can do that. It really comes in handy. And then Kowtow Cleave is really good. Obviously it's signature move just to provide you some hits. If you know you're going to outspeed, use that. And then Iron Head's really good, especially when you get that flinch, baby. Next Pokemon is going to be Scoville in here, Chlorophyll and Life Orb. So Scoville, like I said, if the other team prevents you from getting your Trick Room up, it can still outspeed things and kill with its Life Orb plus Energy Ball, Flamethrower, or Terra Blast, which this is Terra Fairy just to knock out the Dragon type Pokemon that are running amok right now. It's very good. It's actually pretty fast. It should outspeed pretty much all the Dragon types running around. I don't think that it outspeeds Dragapult. Even in the sun, I think Dragapult still outspeeds, but very rarely will you see a Dragapult. At least I don't see very many. Also has Rage Powder, really beneficial with Torkoal. Like I said, if you don't get the Trick Room up, you can Rage Powder, eat a hit, let Torkoal throw off the Terrafire charcoal boosted eruptions in the sun and just nuke. And then for something, for a Pokemon that you need speed control with, like for example, if the other team has really good counters to Oranguru, you can lead Annihilate and just nuke one with Final Gambit. This also helps to get rid of other teams' Trick Room setters or weather setters that could bother your Torkoal getting set up. Also has Terra Rock Slide if you need to just get a spread move off that has potential to flinch and then get extra damage off, and that is really beneficial. I haven't really used it a whole lot, but obviously you can see where it would come in handy. This is basically just a suicide lead or something to come off the back. But a lot of times people will expect you to only Final Gambit when they see the Annihilate on this team comp, because you know it's probably not going to be bulky. And then you can Close Combat plus Instruct and get the kill. So the big issues that I've had with this team is other Trick Room teams and then other weather teams. I usually do pretty good against the rain teams, but the big issue that I've been having is other Trick Room teams. It's really difficult if you get that lead wrong, especially like Indeedee or Farigiraf. Those two are kind of rough. People run the Farigirafs bulky enough to live a Final Gambit from 252 HP Annihilate, so you can get it into it and then it'll live on 1 or 2, and then it'll just throw off a Hyper Voice or throw off a Trick Room. Obviously, a lot of teams will see that your team is definitely a Trick Room team and they won't want to use, what's it called? They won't want to use Trick Room. They'll want to make you fight up against it, which is completely fine, but not being able to knock out that Farigiraf turn 1 is kind of rough with your Annihilate. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use this team. And then, like I said, other weather setters. Armarouge really destroys this team if you don't deal with it early. If you play someone who knows how to use their Armarouge, it's kind of deadly to your team, but it is what it is. This team I've done pretty good. Before I started recording this video, it was 11-2, I believe, on the ladder. So yeah, really good team. I really enjoy this on the ladder. It got me from like rank 40,000 to top 15,000, so I love it. So let's just go ahead and jump into the battles. All right, so we're playing up against another Trick Room team here. I don't really know. Is their lead? I wonder what they're gonna lead. I think we should lead Annihilate. I think Annihilate has to lead here. And they provide so much offensive pressure with Armarouge plus Torkoal in the back, which I don't know if we can really even handle. So I'm thinking maybe a Choice Scarp Annihilate plus. Would I lead King Gambit? No. think an Annihilate plus Hariyama maybe. And then Torkoal and Oranguru off the back. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I don't really like the Trick Room versus Trick Room matchups. They just don't seem to be in my team's favor at this point, but this kind of seems like our only option. So I'm not really 100% sure how this is going to work or not. But we'll see. This person's dripped out. Yeah, Armorage plus Indeedee. Kind of expected. There was no reason for them to not lead this. So basically, I final gambit into Armorage, expecting the follow me, and then I wide guard. And kind of hope that they Trick Room. That's kind of what I had to do. Hope that I can take out Armorage. If I take out Armorage, I feel a lot better. Actually, I do take it out. Wow. They're just giving me their Armorage turn 1? They're not. Okay. So they're just scouting, but I know that neither of them can protect. So they can't protect. I get my Flame Orb off. So we're gonna see the follow me from Indeedee this turn. And I don't know. I don't think they're gonna go for Expanding Force this turn, so I think I do this. I would imagine there's gonna be no Expanding Force happening this turn. And if they do go for Expanding Force, then I just get a free switch into my other two, but I wouldn't expect. Okay, that was expected. Now they see that there's no wide guard, so Indeedee should go down. Yep, Indeedee goes down. Does Armorage set up a Trick Room here? It lives. Life Orb goes down. Trick Room happens. Okay, that's good. That's very good on my it's very good for me, I think. So I know that their Armorage is slower than my Hariyama. So let's see. 49 speed. My Torkoal's 22 speed, so I have to send in Torkoal here. Sending in Torkoal at least provides the pressure. Right, so I'm gonna Earth Power into the Armorage slot and expecting the Psycho Cut, which let me actually look up here. Gallade. What is Gallade's base speed? 80? And then what is I can't. Let me see. What is Hariyama's speed? Hariyama's base 50. We're gonna Terra Dark, knock off into the Gallade, expecting a Psycho Cut into this slot. But I think Armorage is gonna protect this turn. I'm pretty sure Armorage protects, and we get a Terra Dark knockoff into the Gallade slot. No protect. Wow, making it easy on me. Apparently. Okay, yeah, Terra Dark knockoff. Is this one shot? I think this one shots. Should one shot. Perfect. This team is so good, dude. So good. If you can get your leads right, it's getting your leads right, and then counterplay. It's Choice Banded? Gallade's more of like a support mon. I mean, you can run a Choice Banded in Trick Room, I guess, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So now we can just safely Earth Power and knock off into the slot. And they might just cancel. Oh, no, they're playing it out. I can take that. I can take the play out. Okay. 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 Watch. We're going to see a weakness policy Torkoal here. My Switch has been lagging its nuts off today. Okay, so watch. Are they going to erupt? Yeah. This is going to do nothing. That was a good first game. That wasn't a crit. No. That's just Torkoal in the sun. Good stuff. Yeah, this is a really good team. Like I said, I've gone 11-2 on ladder with this team today, so this makes it 12-2. For someone who's normally about 500 on ladder, this is great. I mean, it's all obviously lead matchup is the biggest thing, but this team is just so expertly built. It's crazy. Just nuke them. I think this is what we do. I think this is going to be a fire play. We're going to get faked out into the Scovillain, and then we just get a powerful heat wave off. Because they're not going to trick room this turn. There's no way they trick room.
Bruh.
How does that have higher priority? Oh my god. All right. Let's see. So their speed control is going to be Tailwind. They've got Gengar, Dragonite, Ceruledge, Hydreigon, Murkrow, and Goldango. Is there any reason for me not to go Oranguru and Hariyama lead? They could lead Goldango plus Gengar. They could lead that to take out my Oranguru, but I'm Psychic and Normal, so that'll be fine. I can lead you and you. I can eat one hit from them in Wide Guard if I need to, so I think that's actually fine. And then in the back we go King Gambit and Torkoal. I think that we're fine. I think the issue here is we just need to guarantee that we get this Trick Room off first, and I think if we do that we'll be fine. If we get Trick Room off, I think we just win. And then we just have to watch out for Ceruledge coming in the back, because you know it's coming because of its Flash Fire. Okay, Goldango plus Gengar expected. Now it depends what kind of coverage does Goldango have, because you can't Shadow Ball into Oranguru, right? So we Trick Room turn 1 and we just Wide Guard. This is the only option that we have here. We Trick Room plus Wide Guard, we eat the or we absorb the Make It Rain, and Gengar is probably going to have to Shadow Ball, or not Shadow Ball, we'll have to Sludge Bomb into that Oranguru slot. A lot of people look at Oranguru and don't realize that it's normal Psychic, but it's actually such a good defensive type. So we should be able to take the Make It Rain plus Sludge Bomb and get this off. Yeah, perfect. And this next turn is going to be crazy because I already know what I'm doing. And I don't think that Gengar is... Actually, Gengars are usually Focus Sash. So what I'm going to do is instruct the Hariyama and then Terra Dark knockoff into... Goldengos are more likely to be choice specs than anything, which we might see the Goldango switch out, but I'm going to go into the Goldango slot here. I think that this is our good play, because if we Terra Dark knockoff into the Goldango slot with the Guts boost, we should one-shot it, and then we instruct and we do it into the Gengar. And I think that just knocks them both out. You didn't switch. You're not sashed. Because who runs Sash Goldango? You're dead. The only question is Gengar sashed here, which it very well could be. Yeah, you were specs. Okay, so we get the instruct off. This Oranguru is a hard freaking carry, dude. I swear to God, this thing is just... If you get Trick Room off, you basically just win every game because of it. Yeah, so it's sashed, expected. But what do you do? Sludge Bomb again? That's fine. You have no priority. So this next turn, I kind of just knock off into the Gengar slot. And then instruct. So we're going to expect Dragonite to extreme speed this turn. So I might go into King Gambit here and go for knockoff into the Gengar slot. That's what I'm going to do. I want to keep Oranguru around because the instruct is so valuable late game. It's so valuable. So King Gambit comes out. King Gambit's going to be slower than both of these mons. There's the extreme speed. Probably Choice Banded. Gengar should go down here to Terra Dark knockoff. Perfect. So now they have 2 Pokemon left, and we have all 4 of ours. And we're pretty healthy in all of our Pokemon here. Also, Hariyama is not locked into any move. Neither is King Gambit. And Scarlet comes out. This is good for us. I actually am going to go for an Iron Head into the Dragonite slot and knock off into Scarlet. Scarlet will not live a Terra Dark knockoff while it has an item. So I would imagine they might protect this turn, and then the Iron Head into the Dragonite slot's really good. It can knock out, not knock out, but I wouldn't expect an extreme speed unless it's Choice Banded. If it's Choice Banded, it's going to go into the Hariyama slot, and Hariyama can eat it. Hariyama's bulky. But it might just be like Terra Normal here, or Scarlet is going to go into Grass type. Is it Grass? It is Grass, okay. So Scarlet probably lives this, but it's going to have no item, and it's not going to move before anybody on our team, so this is completely fine. Ooh, that does so much damage. Hariyama is so strong. Especially Guts boosted Hariyama. Do I flinch? Do I flinch Dragonite? No, no flinch. I'm gonna recover some HP here. Okay. And low kick into Hariyama. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch are actually both +1 moves, so let's go into Torkoal here. And let's go for Sucker Punch into the Scarlet slot, and let's go for Earth Power into the Scarlet slot as well. I don't think the Scarlet has Protect. We're going to see an extreme speed from the Dragonite here for sure. Into the King Gambit slot. And since we are slower, we get that off. And Earth Powering into the Dragonite slot here is worth it, because if for some reason the Shadow Sneak would have procced before the Sucker Punch, King Gambit wouldn't have moved, and we would have gotten some chip off. So Earthquake, okay. Torkoal should live. That's fine. Dimensions return to normal. Let's see. I'm gonna Trick Room this turn, and we just Heat Wave. I think Heat Wave should knock it out, but maybe not. Oh, we win. Perfect. We actually win because of Trick Room here. And the reason is because I'm going to Foul Play here and Protect, and he's going to Extreme Speed into my Torkoal because he thinks that Torkoal is going to be the damage dealer here. If he predicts this, he just wins, but I don't think they're going to predict it. They're going to extreme speed into Torkoal, take a foul play, and probably die this turn. Do you predict it? Here's the E-speed into Torkoal, perfect. And we just guarantee a win. Boom shakalaka. That was risky because I could have just let him do it, but I wasn't positive that foul play took him out. So yeah, this team is really good. You just have to not throw turn 1 like I did in game 2, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for checking out the first video on this channel. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Love you. Peace out. Take care. Bye.